proud of my part in GSE shared history, and I remember my tenure at Rutgers very fondly. As I reflected on my 17 years as dean, what comes to mind most vividly is what we accomplished together in strengthening the faculty, in building outstanding research and education programs, expanding the GSE's impact in partnerships with schools, particularly New Jersey's urban schools, and globalizing the impact of our research and our educational programs. We established the first PhD in education in the state of New Jersey, and we were able to create this from scratch, pulling on our ideas about research and creating a model that I think was innovated, forward-looking, and unencumbered by, past history and traditions at the university. The Rutgers name on the degree really signified the best that we could offer in the state.
My baby was teacher education and preparing great, talented, really intelligent teachers. And to see that continues, and it was not always a smooth run up to that point. We were asking kids to pay an extra year's worth of tuition before they could get certified in New Jersey. We were asking school superintendents in New Jersey to spend extra to get master's degree holders as first-year teachers rather than bachelor's degree holders as first-year teachers. But what happened very, very quickly is that we started hearing from all of the superintendents that we worked with regularly that your teachers really are the best.
There's several ways in which we've taken leadership role in the education community. One is we literally prepare state leaders. We've prepared several commissioners of education here. Or that is to say, people that got their degrees here became commissioners over time. We certainly have prepared hundreds of superintendents of schools for the state of New Jersey. Very, very important work. So once we got a PhD degree and it became available to a wide variety of faculty and students within the school, it seemed to me it didn't make much sense to have two research degrees, doctoral research degrees. Fortunately, at the very same time, under the leadership of Lee Shulman at the Carnegie Foundation for the Advancement of Teaching, there was a movement to refashion, to come up with a new vision for the EDD, make it a much more practitioner-focused, impactful degree in practice in K-12 schools. And so that seemed like a nice opportunity, and I was very pleased to have Rutgers GSE become one of the initial cohort of the new EDD programs. And so that focus was really developing school leaders. So I felt that both degrees were very scholarly, both degrees were very important, but they had very different sort of missions. More on the research and policy side, probably our most impactful unit, both in New Jersey and nationally, is the National Institute for Early Education Research, headed by Dr. Steve Barnett. And they do just groundbreaking work. They've transformed preschool education, certainly in New Jersey, and also to a lesser extent, but to a great extent, nationally as well. Getting people to realize the importance of investing public money in the education of 3- and 4-year-olds. Those are I think two really prime examples of how we've exercised leadership.
We've been very fortunate to have a faculty and a staff that are doing fantastic work and scholarship that is on the cutting edge. So we've been able to increase our externally funded research through grants and contracts and other kinds of competitive, prestigious funding. We've also seen more of our students that are getting postdoctoral fellowships and Fulbrights. I think what is very important to us is that we, most of all, make a difference, that we help to improve the quality of education that is extended to children and families in New Jersey, especially in high-need communities and diverse communities where we have historically struggled to serve those children, families, and communities well. Additionally, we really want them to really understand social justice issues. We want them to understand societal inequities. We want them to understand educational inequities. We want them to have a broad and deep understanding of those issues. But more importantly, we want them to make a commitment that they will use whatever positions they have, whatever influence they have, the education that they achieve, to work on dismantling those issues. Going forward, I see GSE continuing to lead the way. We're a leader in the state of New Jersey, we're a leader around the country when it comes to many of these issues, and I don't see that stopping. And then lastly, I would say that all of our candidates leave us very well prepared. One of the great joys of being dean is that I get a chance to speak with a lot of superintendents and principals and curriculum leaders, and they tell me that your candidates come better prepared than candidates that are just coming out of programs, especially for our 5-year program. I hear superintendents say, oh my goodness, we want to hire every GSE student we can because we know how well prepared they are. So I think that's a testament, not just to the quality of the students that we have and to their values, but I think it's also a testament to the GSE, its 95-year history of preparing exceptional educators, and most of all, to our faculty and staff that work very diligently with our students to make sure that they're successful.